Hi, I would like to talk about Rose McGowan and a situation that her friend is going through argento with the sex accusation of molesting a young boy who was 17 at the time. Um, she actually played in a movie with him, and he was just a little boy, which is really creepy, by the way. Um, I have been supporting Rose McGowan for a very long time. I've liked her ever since Charm. Even before that, I watched a couple of movies she played in, Devil in the Flesh. Um, and she always seemed very stern and just one straight line. If you are an abuser, you deserve to be punished. That's the message I always got, that if you're an abuser, you deserve to be punished no matter what. If it's a male, she's very strict, very stern, that, something need to happen to this male ASAP before all the facts has even came out. Because, let's face it, everybody who gets accused is probably not gonna be a predator. Um, I do not blame any victim. I do believe a lot of people were hurt. There are a lot of real victims that's not getting paid in Hollywood. Um, but yeah, I think that the reason she is being less stern is obvious, because this is her friend. And when it comes to people that's close to us, if they did something wrong, we try to justify it because we know them, especially if we've seen them do good things for people. And for you, we're like, no, they're a good person. I've seen it. I know it. They can't have done this. But you don't know everything about a person. No matter how close you are or you think you are to that person, you're never going to know everything. You know, most of the time people have deep dark secrets is because they know that they're wrong. And if they feel that you are the kind of person that has morals, they're not going to tell you. I am not sure if Rose knew. Nobody is sure. It would be so hypocritical and just crazy if she did knew that her friend, had problems like this, and she disregarded them, especially when on the crusade that she's on with the Rose Army. You would think that someone like that, they're not going to play with anybody in their life that, could be a predator. And sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes, we want to punish people that we don't know very harshly. But when it comes to someone we care about with that same crime, it's now we know them, we care about them, it's a little different. But see, the thing is, you can't ask for one person to get a punishment, and if a male partner done the same thing to a young female, you would want his head on a platter. But since it's a woman, which is your friend, and you guys are faces of your whole movement, um, I mean, I think that it's if she did know, it could have been she didn't want to tell to ruin her movement, maybe hope it go away, or maybe she didn't know at all. Not everybody knows everything about their friends' sex lives. But when someone you care about commit a crime, and you are um, a crusader, you are throwing away the key that everyone who fits that crime. But when it comes to someone that's close to you, now you want to be more lenient, and now you want to do it the right way, evidence in court, you know proven innocent into guilty in a court of law. And that's not what you have done for any male at all. But soon somebody comes along that's your friend. Now you want for them to have due process. But what about all the other accusers that you accuse that you were on a one woman army? But what about them? You didn't speak out for them or anything like that. It should be more about justice and not just crusading anybody who has a complaint against them. It should be more about justice and keeping people safe. Everyone, young women, young men, grown women, grown men, that's been sexually assaulted, it shouldn't just be one route. And now when it's somebody you care about, you want to take a different route. It doesn't really work like that. Everybody can't be punished the same way, and then one person come along that's your friend and you don't want to punish them the same way. So for now on, every guy or anybody that's being accused, you can't just come out being all aggressive and off with their head as soon as a complaint is made. If you want to change your stance for one person, that's how it's got to be from now on. You can't just change your whole stance and what you're, supposed to be symbolizing for one person, especially if that person is guilty. It makes you look bad. I mean, put your heroship on the line for someone that's worth it, friend or not. Like, if she did it, that picture of her in bed with that young boy, I mean, she don't look drugged or passed out like somebody no, she looks wide awake, smiling. She knew what the hell she was doing. She knew what was going on. There's no way around it. Pictures don't lie. She knew what she was doing. And a lot of times females feel that it's not that big of a deal because I cannot force a male. But it's not about forcing. It's about, are they underage? They're not legally consent, even if it wasn't forced, because the picture did not look forced. Nobody looked in danger. But if this was a man in bed with a 16, 17-year-old girl, we would be up in arms. And Rose McGowan would have stepped away instantly. I think this woman should, have to answer for what she's done. Hopefully she hasn't done this to any other young boys. And this is a lesson learned, that when you are a leader, you need to have some things in place. You don't want to think that the people that got your back can do bad things. But if you are a leader and you are trying to put things in place, you got to have a plan. So if anybody in your group ever did something wrong, they got to be punished. They got to pay. You have to show the people that's following you that you are a fair person. Because that is what, one of the best traits of a good leader is being a fair person, being honorable. You hope deep down inside that everybody's doing this. out of the kindness in their heart, and they really want to see a change, and it's not just for publicity or any other thing like that. Now, that's all I have to say about the situation. I hope the young man, that he was not scarred in any kind of way, able to move on with his life. And I think she should be held accountable for all her actions. And we need a fair leader, not a flip-floppy that wanted somebody on your side you change. No, that doesn't look like a fair leader or sounds like a fair leader at all. And we need more fair leaders.